Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday, the 15th of April, 2021. I hope you're all well and COVID free. I hope your needs are being met and that you're healthy or on the way to health if you were sick. Blessings to those that work in the healthcare field, trying to save lives, sometimes at the risk of their own, working many hours without sleep sometimes, in order to comfort and aid and help those that are sick and disabled and unable to help themselves. The nurses' aides, the home attendants, the nursing assistants, the physician's assistants, and the doctors themselves. Blessings also to those that are trying to pick up garbage for us to keep our places clean, and those that deliver goods and services for us that we sometimes take for granted in all types of weather for very little pay. Blessings also to those that are trying to deliver boys and girls, men and women from sex trade operations and child sex rings and pornography. Curses to those that support such industries. Blessings also to those who are trying to help the homeless. 500,000 plus in the United States alone, millions worldwide without a roof over their head. Blessings to those homeless, and may the Most High end this situation soon. So there was a basketball game last night. Our New York Knicks played against the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans were missing a very significant player, not significant as much as he is important to their team, but we wanted to see him for our own purposes. That would be one Lonzo Ball. And if you notice, all kinds of Knicks executives were out the game last night. Now, they probably knew that Ball wasn't going to play before game time, obviously, but they don't make these plans at the last minute. They probably planned on coming there a while ago because a lot of the executives were there. It was almost like they were, scouting. So it was interesting. So, but Ball, of course, did not play. I forgot what the injury was, but he's been hurt for a couple of games, or he's hurt for a couple of games or something, but he did not play. And the Knicks were also missing an important player in Nerlens Noel, missing Nerlens Noel ourselves. And so Nerlens Noel, in fact, last night demonstrated our depth at the 5 spot. Nerlens Noel could not play. Taj Gibson was in his place. And this kid Pell that we got recently, off the scrap heap. We knew, I think when we first saw him come in and he broke his finger and he played so gritty, I think most of us in Knicks Nation understood that this is a Knicks type of guy. This is a Tibbs type of guy. He's a tough kid, right? Well, he's 28. He's not a kid, but, and he came in and gave us some really good minutes. Had a block, 4 points, played 13 minutes, 2 or 3 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 offensive for steal, plus 19. What else could you ask for? The kid did all he could do just coming into the team like that. So that was positive. We played, of course, the Knicks defense. We gave up 106 points. I'd rather us not have done that. But, it was a good game for us from start to finish. Now, at this point, the Knicks are 2 games above 500, 29 and 27, after beating the Pelicans. And by the way, we're going to have to face them again in just a couple of days at Madison Square Garden. This is the first time in this season that the Knicks have won 4 straight. We had won 3 straight for 6 different times this year, but never 4. Whenever we get to that point, we couldn't break through. Well, finally they did. They broke through and we won 4 straight. So this is a good situation for the New York Knicks, good situation for Knicks Nation, right? So we won 4 straight. We're 29 and 27. We are right now in the 6th seed in the East. And I've been saying to you all for a little while now that I think that's where they're going to end up. I think the Knicks are going to end up in the 6th seed. And if you look at the standings, let's take a look at the standings. Who would we be playing in the 6th seed? I think we'd be playing the 3rd seed, if I'm not mistaken. And the 3rd seed right now in the standings in the East is the Milwaukee Bucks. So we'd be playing the Milwaukee Bucks. Ooh, that'd be a tough first round matchup for us, right? But, 6th seed, even if we lost in the first round, this season would be a success. This season would be a success. No, we wouldn't play the Milwaukee Bucks yet, would we? Let me see. 1-8, 2-7. Yeah, 3-6. We'd be ended up playing the Milwaukee Bucks if that was the case right now. We'd end up playing the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's the way it is. Boston is only a half game above us in the 5th seed. Atlanta is a game and a half in the 4th seed. It's still very close. It's still very close. Anything can happen in the East. I mean, we just have a half game on Miami, who's the 7th seed. We got a full game on Charlotte, who's the 8th seed. So it's very tight. And we know that this is going to continue. This jockeying for a position will continue. The Knicks, as we know, has a very tough schedule. I mean, it already started, but going forward, we have a very tough schedule. We're going to play Dallas in Dallas tomorrow. That's going to be a tough game. They just beat us about a week ago. They beat us in the Garden, I believe. So now we're going to Dallas. So that is what it is. We got to show up to play. Now, speaking of that. All right. So RJ did not have the greatest game. He was 2 of 10, 6 points. In fact, he didn't close the game in the 4th quarter. And I think part of the reason he didn't close the game wasn't because he was playing so bad, but the other guys were playing so good. I mean, D Rose was playing very good. He was good. Quickly was good. But I think, okay, we could say the start of the game, usually Randall's always going to do his thing. He scored 32 points. You know, he had 8 rebounds, 2 offensive, 5 assists, but he also had 4 turnovers. But the start of the game was Alec Burks. Alec Burks was the start of the game. He scored 21. In the 3rd quarter, which is, as we know, one of our Achilles heels, he took over the game. I mean, not only was he scoring, because like I said, you could tell. I mean, you could tell when it's going to be a off night for Burks, because that shot becomes a line drive. It's short at the rim and it becomes a line drive. Almost like he doesn't have the legs to get off. Well, last night, they were arcing that shot. You could see it. They was arcing it. You could see he had energy, okay? Which is good. So he was scoring. But not only that, he was handling the rock pretty well in the 3rd quarter. I was, actually comfortable for a while with him handling the rock. Now, he got a little sloppy in the 4th a little bit, but he was handling the rock pretty well, man. And that gives us hope, because now I guess I was nervous about him doing that because he's not a natural point guard, but he handled the position very well last night. So with him, and I noticed it was Rose, Burks, and Quickly, basically 3 guards on the floor last night. And then they would alternate, you had Taj Gibson, you had Reggie Bullock, you had, Pell, Toppin, you had different players come in, overtime, but he played Peyton 20 minutes at the point guard. He played Rose 28 minutes. He played Burks 22, and he played Quickly 11. And it was those 3 guys, Rose, Burks, and Quickly, that were basically closing the game for the most part. Taj, did what Taj does. I mean, 10 rebounds, 4 on offensive end, 8 points. He does what he does, man. Taj Gibson is really amazing at age 35 to be doing what he's doing. He really is. To me, Gibson and Noel should be considered for all NBA defense this year. Both of them. I mean, they both are. The Knicks are, I would say conservatively top 3 in the NBA in defense right now, overall, right? And those 2 guys are like the anchors, okay? Especially Noel, but Taj too. The defense this guy plays is amazing. And Reggie Bullock as well. Now, Reggie has 16. He played a very efficient game last night. 6 of 10 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. Very efficient game. You could see that. Whenever Reggie rushes his shot, you could tell it's not going to happen. When he's planted his feet and he's not rushing his shot, that's what you call an NBA level spot up shooter. That's what he is. He's an NBA level spot up shooter, man. What we were looking possibly for Davis Bertans when we were thinking about him, right? Before we realized he only plays part-time and he won $80 million. Anyway, so there's that. Randall is still holding the ball a little too much. And I'm not trying to be critical of him just to be critical of him. My concern is when we get to the playoff, like if we were to play Milwaukee, they're going to double him hard. I mean, really hard. And he has to really be ready to get rid of that basketball, man. I mean, quickly. And then swing that mess around and get a Reggie Bullock an open shot. Or get an Alec Burks an open shot. Or get an Emmanuel Quickly an open shot. That's that's the idea. And if that way, he will cut down on the turnovers. Again, last night on a couple of his turnovers, man, he basically went into double teams and or held the ball too long on a fast break opportunity, which cost us. It was another turnover and cost us a basket. See, so stuff like that against the Pelicans. Okay, Pelicans 25-30. They're not going anywhere this year. They're looking at the lottery again, and okay. But against the Milwaukee Bucks or against the Miami Heat or against the Boston Celtics, or when you put, even now Atlanta can be in that conversation. Atlanta's fourth in the East. They're 30-25, 5 games above 500. They got to be one of the surprise teams in the East. And I told y'all I didn't want them to fire the guy they did. I forgot his name, but he was not a bad coach. But Nick McMillan is a tremendous coach, man. Every place he's gone, he does the same thing. It's like Woodson. Every place he gone, he wins, right? So he took over, and immediately they went on like a 10 or 8 game winning streak. And he's got Bogdanovich playing, to his contract, so, and I think the last game they won, I don't think Trae Young played, and they still won, and in fact, there was a game in which they won, and they set some sort of record for 3-pointers, and he didn't even notice because he's so focused on the defense. McMillan's something else. So he's got Atlanta playing at a high level, and they're fourth in the East right now. They're fourth in the East. Like I said, a game and a half ahead of us. So you can't be now messing around with Phillies and the Milwaukees and the Atlantas and the Miamis, and and be messing around trying to dance in double teams. Man. You got to get rid of that basketball. You got to swing it. Guys have got to move the ball. Okay, that's the only Achilles heel I'm seeing right now. And then a couple of times last night. Well, put it this way: the Knicks played a good game. They won, right? But they did not play 48 minutes. Okay, they did not. And while it's not the playoffs yet, we should be using this regular season to try to get to the point where we consistently are playing 48 minutes. Because, and I guess I'm saying like this, nobody expected the Knicks to be in the playoffs this year, right? I mean, right? Nobody expected them to do that. I thought 31 wins, and I said they probably overperformed 31 wins. They're at 29 right now. They played 56 games. There's 16 games left, and they're at 29 wins. Okay, even if you give them a losing record, let's say you give them in the last 16 games they go 6-10, they'd win 35 games. Okay, they'd win 35 games if they win 6-10. Right? Well, yeah, that's right. So they're gonna exceed my 31 win prediction. I said they'd overperform, and they are, but the 6th seed in the East, nobody expected that. Okay, we were hoping they would fight for the 8th seed. It's the 6th seed in the East New York Knicks, and they're pushing. They could easily get it into the 5th or the 4th seed as easily as they can get back to the 8th. Okay, so this is very good. This is extremely good. This is, again, the first year of our rebuild. Okay, this is the first year of our rebuild. And we're talking about 6 in the East already. All right. So, this is tremendous. Tom Thibodeau, come on, man. He's got to be coach of the year. He's got to be coach of the year. There's no way. Tom Thibodeau's got to be coach of the year this year. There's no question, because look what he has done with this team, man. Okay. So kudos to the Knicks. Again, tough game tomorrow against Dallas. Dallas is coming off a tremendous win last night on a Luka Doncic 3 off balance. And Dallas is 30-24, 7th in the West. They have 7-3 in their last 10. They're 1 game behind the 6th place Portland. This is going to be a dogfight in the West. And 30-24 right now. If they were 30-24 in the East, they'd be in the 4th seed. But that's how tough the West is. So this is not going to be an easy game. I know the Knicks are not going to take it lightly. That's what we know from now. Tom Thibodeau coach teams are not going to do that. They got to come out sharp. I hope Nerlens, is feeling better. His ankle apparently was what stopped him from going last night, and that's why Taj came in. But like I said, all the teams in the NBA are banged up right now. Everybody. There's no team that's not banged up. Okay, so It's that's why the conditioning is so important, because at this time of the year, you want to have as many healthy bodies as you can, and the Knicks are still one of the more healthier teams in the NBA right now. So everybody's banged up. We gotta be ready though, and that's why I think like the Lakers, um, they're not going to push LeBron to come. I don't think they're the fifth seed right now. They're a game behind Denver, who's the fourth seed. I don't know if they'd push LeBron to come back. Now they want to probably remain in the top four if they could, so they might want to push for that. But um, they're really looking at playoffs. The Lakers, they're being prepared for that. And Utah is basically running away with the West, 41 wins already. And they're still only a game and a half ahead of Phoenix, who is 39 wins. Phoenix with Chris Paul and them, surprise team, man. So it's a dogfight in the West, and so we're going to be playing Dallas. That's not going to be an easy situation for us. We have Dallas, and then what else? We have Dallas, and then who do we play Sunday? I know we have a game Sunday. We play Dallas tomorrow in Dallas. We're playing New Orleans. See, I knew they were coming right back to play. So we're playing Dallas tomorrow and New Orleans. Both of those apparently are ESPN games, so they won't be available on League Pass. But the New Orleans game is at a 1:00 game on Sunday. The game in Dallas is 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow, and then it looks like the Knicks have a long home stand because we play New Orleans, then Charlotte, Atlanta, Chicago, Toronto, Phoenix, and Chicago all at home. Now, this is not going to be easy, man. And then we travel to Houston on May the 2nd. But closing out April, we got a long homestand, and that's good because I think the first 6 games in April are on the road. It's a long road trip, and it's a murderer's row. I mean, we start in Houston, but then you go to Memphis, Denver, Phoenix, LA, and LA Clippers, LA Lakers, LA Clippers, LA Lakers. That's the beginning of April, so that's murderer's row right there. This is not going to be easy, brethren. But like I said, I still think the Knicks are going to end up in the 6th seed in the East. I still think so. I'm not getting up off that. I think they're going to end up in 6th seed in the East. They've been playing 500 ball all year. I mean, all year they've been playing 500 ball. So are they going to exceed that? I don't know. I hope so. To end up being the 6th seed, they would have to. If they were playing 500 all the way to the end right now, that would get them in the 7th or 8th seed, which would be the play-in. Okay, but I'm thinking they could do better than we think. I think so. I'm still thinking the Knicks are going to be the 6th seed in the East. And one of the main reason I'm saying that is because of their health. They're in very good health right now, as opposed to other teams. And not only that, as you look at the East, to me, they seem to be the 6th best team. To me, they seem to be the 6th best team. Okay, that's what I'm just looking at it like that. So, talking about Chicago, Indiana, Charlotte, Miami, I think the Knicks are better than all of them. I think the Knicks is just as good as Boston. Okay, and Atlanta for sure, right? So I say that they're about the 6th best team in the East, and I think that's how it's going to finish. But we're going to see. Next game is against Dallas. It's a big game. Forget that. I don't even talk about the streak. I don't want to talk about that. But we need this game. It's a big game. If we win this game, we'll be 3 games over 500. It will be excellent cushion for us. So we need that, right? Yeah. I don't even want to talk about the game after that. Let's win this game in Dallas. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's win this game in Dallas. Everybody's feeling pretty good, pretty healthy. It looks like quickly. He was all right last night. He could have been better, but he looks like he's feeling himself again. I think he's breaking through the rookie wall. Sometimes rookies do that. They hit the wall, and sometimes after a couple of games or a week or so, they might break through it, especially if they've been pushed hard the way Thibodeau's team has been. So it could be that he's breaking through the rookie wall. That's good. And then hopefully we'll get Nerlens back for Friday's game. I'm not sure what his status is as of today, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm very happy. We should all be happy in Knicks Nation right now. I mean, 4 straight, 6th seed in the East. our team has done very well, man. Our team has done very well. In spite of all the hate, our team has done very well. So let's continue to hope that they, play a high level. They got to play 48 minutes of basketball against Dallas. They got to play 48 minutes against Luka and them. They have to. We're going to need that. We're in Dallas. We got to win this game, baby. So let's. I won't be able to see the game with y'all. I'm not even sure if I'm able to watch a replay of the game because it's not on League Pass. It's on ESPN. So I got to see if I can watch the replay on ESPN. They do replays on ESPN. So I want to see if that game will be able to be replayed on Saturday night, if I can watch it then. But please enjoy this. Enjoy it for what it is. Our Knicks are overperforming. Our Knicks are way ahead of all the hate what the haters said. Our Knicks are among the best. In fact, in my view, the best defensive team in the NBA. Our Knicks are among the healthiest teams in the NBA. Our Knicks are doing very well right now, man. Rejoice, Knicks Nation. We're in a pretty good situation. And no matter what ends up happening over the last 16 games, this has been a successful season. This has been a very successful season for the New York Knicks. Okay? And it's a good thing for us to build on. Okay? For us to build on. So, hey, listen. Enjoy your day out there. Be safe. Shalom.